Jambs. This is a complete restoration, so it's not really a swing your door open and work it out type of deal, but it's more of a, the doors are off, might as well do it right.
Now is a great time to like and subscribe.
Here's the roughage of the glass filler. Some of this up here where it's beyond the seam is where I've had to smooth something out in the steel, whether it be a little bit of welding or doweling it out or whatever. So one of your seams was here, went down, goes under, and I went ahead and did our rocker panel seam on the outside since it's really connected all the way down and under, cleaned all that up and then filled it because it sets out from this. Always a high rust area on the original cars because they did have regular style filler in there and it would absorb moisture and rot this whole section out. So you see I just kind of swabbed it up in there and we're good on that. I had done some of this the other day. You can see where it's been sanded. It just needs some regular filler on top of that just to help smooth it out. This stuff is kind of thick and I don't think you can get as refined with it as you can with regular filler, so it's good to bulk it with this and then do filler the rest of the way. Up here, this is where I welded this whole dog leg section in, and it was pretty smooth, but I wanted to go ahead and sand this back from the overspray, and we're going to use regular filler around here to make a transition as well. Same thing on the other side. Let's go to the other side and look at that. It's a little bit of a mirror image, but there's a couple things like here where I had done some welding, had to actually section this piece in. So there's a little inconsistency there and here. So that's why you're seeing filler in some of these other little places. This side was a little rougher than the other side. But we have all the basic application in there. And here's what that looks like here. And we did the same thing there. I'm gonna touch up this area and that area over there a little bit later. I'm just gonna work on doing this right now. And when I do this, I'll do the other side with it, and we'll just make sure we touch up any areas up in here to help make it smooth for any sealing. And in a little bit of a plot twist, this is technically a jam too, this whole trunk rail area. And we want to fill some of these areas as well. So we have this kind of rough, especially right here where they had a piece of weld and some lead and some braze in there. Well, I've since welded this a little better than what they had it there. And so we just kind of want to smooth this area. This is probably one of the heavier areas for filler from the factory. They would put body filler in there, and then they would rot out because it would absorb all that moisture. You can see a lot of the pitting from that I've since sandblasted out. So we'll fill that with waterproof fiberglass. Same thing both sides. We'll do a little bit of this area here, this little kind of a roof gutter seam here, both sides. And we'll just lay some in there and we will sand it out so that it's nice and smooth. It ain't gonna have to look perfect, but we'll sand it and it'll be functional and attractive. I think I'll go ahead and also do this seam here since it's connected just like the rockers on the side. This is where this meets with this. It's a new tail panel, and we'll roll it all the way down underneath and we'll do the same thing there. So a little bit more glass work to do. And lastly, we'll go up here. We will probably, although they're not as crucial, even though they show more, we might do a little filler work on some of this. This isn't so bad on this fender. This side, it's really not bad either. We just need to put a little bit where there was some pitting that was removed. Very minor up here, and maybe do a little bit up in here. So we've got both jambs, that side and this side, all knocked down with 80. Pretty good. I have taken our air and blown everything out really good. You get a lot of little pits and nooks and crannies that will hold all that dust that you've been sanding. So you want to make sure to blow that out of there and do it at 360 degrees because it will hide best it can. So we want to get all that out. I went ahead and wiped it down with paint prep. It's dried, and we are just going to go over it with lightweight filler, and we're going to hit any areas like this here where it's a little bit of a pit, and some little oddball areas down through here, and just like here, because it's in such a tight spot, and we'll smooth it out. I'm going to leave this to do only fiberglass right here, at least 90% of it, so that'll hang right now, and we'll do whatever that needs a little bit there after we blocked it out. So we're just going to smooth it out with some lightweight filler. Let me show you that. Evercoat with a hardener, and that was our prep that we used to clean everything off. So we're going to get into this. We're going to spread some on there and let it set. And in that time that we're letting it set, we might go and do, I don't know, maybe in the trunk jam. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so working on all this over here, I've got the fiberglass on there, right? Well, you get a lot of nooks, crannies, curves. This needs to kind of work like a stream or a river where it flows. And the metal's been formed that way. Well, where we kind of clopped it on a little heavy in spots. The best way to get that without sitting there hand sanding it, because this stuff is pretty hard. Got the little stone bit on here. Sorry for the leak. I need to get a new one of these couplers. But you got the stone style grinder bit on here. Works pretty good. Like if you start right here. Now it works pretty good on not biting into the metal. It just scratches it a little bit. But I'm just kind of roughing it away. You're always going to have some little pit areas, kind of like what we have over here. And you'll have to fill it again. But hopefully we can just do it with a regular filler and not the fiberglass short strand stuff. So I just want to kind of knock this out. The reason I stopped right here is that where the overlap is. So I'll have to kind of fill that back just to smooth it out. But that cuts away all that access. Like up here, we need to do that. Same thing down here, it's a little high. So anything's gonna trap there. Plus it just doesn't look as good. This is probably the best shape because you can get into the little tight corners, but then you can lay it down and do some flat areas and kind of block it out a little bit. All right, so what you're looking at here, we sanded everything down fiberglass wise, and now you just have the lightweight, the Evercoat filler, which is obviously, it's just like regular Bondo, really. And I actually laid it in by hand just so that we could get a nice, a little tighter, not have big globs from the spreader. And I started hitting this just real quick, and already you can tell it's gonna be a little bit easier task. So we'll just flatten this side out, roll this edge a little bit, and then we'll work this down around here, and that'll be it. And well, we should be good there, and then we can get some color on it. What?
It crashed.
It crashed. All right, so a lot of sanding. All this went down to a few finer grits. And remember I talked about the seam right here that we had to, when we put this quarter panel on, had to cut it from about here down to roughly about here because the gap was too much. So I spread it apart, and this had the door on it, and got the gap correct of this piece, the little flange. And then I froze it there with some tack welds, and then we filled it in. Well, when I was buffing a lot of that down quickly it created some of the knockouts. So I took this back and re-welded it and then smoothed it out with a little more finesse. So, and back here, our trunk gutter is in pretty good shape. Smoothed out, not to show car level, but enough to really make everything smoother and a little more durable in these areas. And this will get epoxy. We're going to do the epoxy here tonight on all this and these jambs to seal up the fiberglass and then the lightweight filler. But it'll also allow us to see any small areas that we might want to tend to. This may not be a big deal because the weather strip rolls right down through here, but we also want to be able to stick to it and not have a leak under. But it'll let you see little areas you might feel like fixing. And then you can either do it with 2K primer, high build primer, or you can do it with just filler and then go back over with epoxy before you paint it the final color, the top coat. So we're good down through here. We're good there. Both door jambs, each side is good. Let's see the other side. And really not much to see that's very different. It's just you're looking at the clean product here. So I've blown it off. We're going to wipe it down. And not really major on like protecting all this, but I have put some of the stuff on so we don't really want to get much overspray on it. So when I spray these little areas here, we're just going to spot prime it in with a low pressure, so we're not just blowing primer everywhere. And we'll probably hold just some cover pieces. This, you know, if you took an old piece of cardboard and held it there, you know, that old method. So we'll probably do that, and then over here we'll just blast it in real good because it's just, you know, we're good there. And then do that both sides, and then back over here it'll be pretty much a quick shot. And then when we go to do our final edge, and like we've done some edging, this is some edging here. Obviously we spent a couple of videos doing edging inside of there and all this out here. This is all pretty good. And here we have it. 2 coats of epoxy. Did this little area, just block this off to keep it all off of that. Touched up some of these other little areas. Like I said, not perfect, but it's quite presentable as a nice factory job. Let's just put it that way. Still curing over here, that's why it's so shiny. Up through there, touched up some spots here that we had to sand out. Got a little bit of overrun there. Good through there. And finally, a little darker on this side, but see it pretty well through the lens, I think. So, and there you have it.